Hi, hello, this is Ahmed from FKP Institute of AI. Welcome to time series forecasting sessions part 1 and session 5. Before going into today's session, we'll summarize what we have learned so far. We have seen few datetime functions which are available in pandas and numpy, and we have learned some visualization options which are required to visualize the time series data. We understood what is time series and its components, and we have seen Hodrick-Prescott filter and the seasonal decomposition to extract each of the time series component to study them individually, to get more understanding about the data what we have, and that helps us basically like to decide which forecasting model I should use. Okay, so and we have learned few more stuff like related to type of time series. We have two types. There are two types in time series. One is additive and multiplicative. So other than that, we have learned two functions, which is rolling and expansion. Those are related to the moving averages. In this session, we are going to see a few more moving averages available in the syllabus, and later we will see why those many moving averages are required for time series analysis. All right, let's go and let's recall what is the definition of moving average. Moving average, it's a tool. It smooths out short-term fluctuations from the time series, and it helps us to give the longer-term trend more visible. Okay, so for example, how we use moving average. Okay, I'm going to take an example. So think that let's say like I have shares in some X company. I will sell my shares when stock price of that company drops below 120 days of moving average, because I don't want to go more into further losses. Okay, so another example is, if I want to buy the goods in a bulk, I will observe which of my vendors' price came down. I will go to them to buy the goods, because what I am seeing is the reality, not the random fluctuations of their business, right? I think you got the picture. Now let's go over the slides of this session. Here we have 4 type of moving average models. One is simple moving average, weighted moving average, exponential moving average or exponential weighted moving average, and the fourth one is Holt-Winters exponential smoothing. So these 4 types are other than out of our rolling and expansion. Those were the basic moving averages, and these are the terms that we usually use when we come to the time series analysis. Let's go on each of them to understand much better, and at the end of this session we will visualize all these. Okay, let's jump. Okay, moving average. Moving average is equal to rolling. It is implemented with a rolling function. The disadvantage in this is, if you keep the rolling window smaller, it leads to more noise. Any more fluctuations you will get, more random noise in the time series data will be visible. Basically, this simple moving average, it will never reach to the peak of data, because it's due to average. Always its curves are like smooth, and this simple moving average doesn't inform about future behavior, whereas it describes only the trend component. And one more thing is, the simple moving average, it will not react quickly because it is almost depending on its average of the given window. That's why it takes a time to react on the change. Okay, and we'll see this when we go to the demo session. Now, the other one is weighted moving average. What happens in this calculation is it applies more weight on the values that occurred recently, meaning the past data it will apply a small weight. It gives a less importance. When it comes to the recent observed data points, it puts like more weight. Okay, so that the recent trend will acts fast. I mean, it will give more important to that recent data points. So how this weightage is calculated? The calculation is simple. Suppose if we take like a 10 data points as a window, 10th day value will be multiplied by 10, 9th day value will be multiplied by 9, 8th day value will be multiplied by 8. Since we are multiplying 10th data point with 10, 9th data point value by 9, so what happens, see here the value of the first data point is lesser than since we are multiplying with a smaller number, second data point with 2 and 8th data point with 8. So obviously the weight will grow. So to minimize the weight, because it's a very huge weight, right? I mean, multiplying 10th data value of the 10th data point by 10, it's a huge value. So to penalize that, what we are doing, we are dividing that value by sum of the weights. So when you say 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 2 up to 1, the total sum of those weights is 55. So we are dividing, after multiplying, we are dividing by 55. That way we are getting result from weighted moving average. Okay, how it will be performed? So it uses the dot matrix on value of the variable and the weight. Okay, so what is the benefit with the weighted moving average is it takes changes quickly than a simple moving average. Let's see the third one. The third one is exponential weighted moving average, or people call exponential moving average. The terminology, when you search in the internet, it's very you will go into the jargon. So what you will do, you stick to this definition and stick to this name. So hereafter, like if you browse information from the internet, you won't get confused. Okay, so that's my suggestion. So in this exponential weighted moving average or exponential moving average, in this method what happens is weight will be reduced for the more recent points. But weightage effect of the past data points will be carried forward. That is why it reacts quickly than simple moving average and not that quick as weighted moving average. You got my point, right? So we will apply the more weight on the initial data points, and when it comes to the recent data points, we will minimize the weight, but the weightage will be carried forward, so that we will get some quicker action when we compare to simple moving average. So here the formula it uses is this one, 2 divided by, this is close, this is the current data point value minus exponential moving average of previous value into multiplier plus previous exponential moving average value. So what is here multiplier? Okay, so multiplier tells us weight. It's a weight. So here how it will be calculated? It is 2 divided by time periods plus 1. Okay, so we are at, think that we are at a 10th point. So 10 plus 1, so divided by 0.1818. This is the multiplier at point number 10. Whereas when you come to when you are looking at the data point 9, so it should be 9 plus 1, 2 by 9 then. 2 by 10, because here we are adding 1 plus 1. So at the 9th point, it will be 2 by 10. At 8th point, 2 by 9. At 7th point, 2 by 8. Got it? Yep. So since we don't have the previous value for the first data point, what happens? The first point will be taken from the simple moving average, because exponential moving average has to start somewhere, right? That is why. So let's see their curves. Okay, here I have taken closing stock price file. This file I have very famous, and you can download it from Kaggle or from internet. You just type like closing stock price file. You will get it. So here the first one is exponential moving average. Okay, so exponential moving average, we have a function in pandas. So I have used exponential moving average. The third one we have seen in this session. Okay, the span is 10. Okay, so we are going with the moving average, so that's why it's a mean function we are using. This one is a simple moving average. This is the first one in our session. So I have taken the rolling window of 10. And this is a weighted moving average. So there is no ready-made function to perform this in pandas. So that's why we are calculating it manually. So I am going with window 10. So I am creating few data points, 10 numbers, 10 weights, you can say 10 weights, starts from 1 to 10. So I am using the arrange function. You remember, right? Where arrange function will make the data points for us, okay, between the given range. So it creates like 1 to 10, and it will store into a vector, into a variable W10. So what I am doing here is I am using the apply function. This is in pandas. I am using lambda. So what I am doing is I am doing multiplication of price with weight. I told you in the beginning how it is calculated, weighted moving average. First data point value will be multiplied by with 1. Second data point value will be multiplied by 2. So that way what happens, 10th data point value will be multiplied by 10, and then what we are doing, sum divided by sum of all the weights, that is 55. So this is what happens in this function. So the result it is going to store in this particular variable. Okay, and we are storing that in the pandas data frame. Now we are visualizing it. And because the data we have the data from 2015 I want to zoom into this so that I can see curves very much visible. So these are the curves. When you see here simple moving average, that is the green color one. Green color one, see the changes. I mean, its action is basically like it is not so quick. It is not, you cannot see changes very fast, and it is very much smooth. It is not going to the peaks. It is not going to the peaks. Suppose here we have the peak value. It is not going up, so it has a more smoothing properties. Okay, if you look at if you look at the depth, when the time series goes very low, and but still this is staying on the top. I mean, it still did not come down. Okay, it is not showing that intensity of the change. Okay, so now the second one is the weighted moving average. Weighted moving average is so quick. So this orange one, see here it is going up when the changes are going along with the time series data. It is adapting the changes very faster. It is coming down and immediately it is going up. Okay, as existing time series data, how it is moving. And simple exponential moving average, it is quicker than the simple moving average. You see it is going high when it comes to the down. When the change, I mean, when the trend is down, it is going down faster than simple moving average, and it is getting up faster than simple moving average, but not that faster than I'm sorry, weighted moving average. Okay, let's go to the demo of this. The same code here, and let me visualize. Yeah, this is the same plot we have seen there, and let's look at its data. I'm taking head 20, and you know how the simple average works now. You know how weighted moving average works, and exponential moving average has a formula. It has a multiplier, right? So, and let's calculate exponential moving average manually. Okay, I have taken this particular data point. I have to. My intention is I have to get this result out. So what it will do? It will take the current value minus previous exponential moving average and then it has crossed the 10th data point, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10th. Okay, and 10th, this is 11th one, the one which we are going to predict, we are going to find is the 11th one. So up to 10th point has the weightage 0.1818. So the same weight will continue for the further points. Okay, so after 10th, from 10th it is 0.1818. So let's, and then previous value, previous, it is 47, 53, 25. See, 47, 53, 25. Okay, I mean after 2 decimals it is very much okay. Okay, this is how exponential moving average will be calculated. That's all for this session. In the next session, we are going to see Holt-Wilters smoothing forecasting moving average methods. Okay, keep smiling. Thank you.